To be a college wrestler is to live each day with discipline and purpose, and to have a threshold for pain and discomfort that few others can match. For redshirt senior captain Jon Fausey, this season has been a trial in both purpose and pain.
At the end of the summer I was training and I was wrestling with Blaze Butler at 157 and just got into a position. We weren't even wrestling live and got my shoulder torqued a little bit and didn't really think much of it, and then about a week later, wasn't really getting better. Went in, got checked out. I had a pretty good tear in my labrum. And then about 6 weeks later, at the end of preseason, beginning of official practice, I was in practice wrestling again and planted on my shoulder and thought it was more AC joint at first and wasn't really going away with time and rest and ice and some rehab, and that we kind of pushed off a little bit and then got that checked out and saw that my right shoulder was torn a lot more than the left one and more significant damage. So we're kind of in a predicament where it's like you can't medical. It's probably not gonna happen.
For the three-time NCAA qualifier and 2012 ACC champion, the prospect of losing his senior season was demoralizing.
I sulked like I was a coward, and psychologically I wasn't there. I thought about calling it quits. I thought about, am I even gonna be able to win matches out there and compete? Focusing on the negative aspect of it, like this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, rather than what can we do. Mid-December, it's where I kind of decided like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I'm at, it doesn't matter if I'm just hanging on with the thread. Like I'm just gonna take advantage of every opportunity I've been presented, and it could be taken away from me tomorrow, it could be taken away from me 2 weeks from now, or I could make it through the season and have a great NCAA tournament and go out with a bang, and whatever it is, I just have to be thankful for those opportunities.
He had to figure out how he was gonna win, and when you're borderline handicapped, that's pretty hard to do. And so, what I saw him start to do was mentally change. When he mentally changed, he mentioned how he went through a rough patch where he didn't handle it well, and when he started to mentally change things, that's when his wrestling followed. Go figure, right? He was freed up. He was, hey, all I can control is my effort, and I'm going to look at this as an opportunity. I'm going to look at this match as a gift. I'm out here, and I can't worry about the result. All I can worry about is how I'm going to compete. That's when he started to really wrestle well, and he beat the 9th-ranked guy in the country down at the Virginia Duels, and then he beat the kid from Central Michigan, then he places at the Scuffle, and all of a sudden we started seeing the old Jon again, and right before he steps on the mat, he claps his hands and says, I've got an amazing opportunity here. I don't know about you, but I know that there's not a lot of kids his age group that think like that, and so that's been, it's been really amazing to watch. If we had one of those charts, remember you used to look at in high school when they had the charts of the body, the diagrams of the body, and if you could physically see the damage, what he's fought through has been commendable, it's been amazing, it's been unbelievable. Frankly, I don't know how he's doing it. It's been painful at times to watch, but it's also been unbelievably encouraging to watch, because here's a guy that truly embraces everything he's got as a gift. And what we saw at the ACC tournament this past weekend was a kid who left every ounce of everything he had mentally, emotionally, physically out on the mat.
At the ACC Championships last weekend, Fausey, covered in tape, gauze, and stitches, was able to finish 4th, making him one of only 6 Cavaliers to advance to the national tournament 4 times in his career.
I would have been completely crushed. I would have been crushed if he didn't make it to the national tournament. The fact that he gets to end his career out there in Oklahoma City is, gosh, I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do when I see him take a step off the mat for the last time.
What's gratifying for me is seeing what Nick Soldier and Blaze Butler did this past week, and that's gratifying. All the times I've spent with Blaze over the last 3 years and seeing him do what he did on Saturday and get that first ACC title, that's gratifying to me.
Recently selected as an ACC Scholar Athlete, Fausey's wrestling career will come to a close in Oklahoma City, but the lessons he's learned from this season and throughout his career will be with him as he begins a new path.
He really knew what he wanted to do. He figured that out here while he went through the process here, and now he's going to go off to Yale and chase his dream of becoming a physician's assistant.
It has been the greatest season. It's probably been the worst season on paper, but the most growth has occurred during this season, which is something that I look back on and can be thankful for the rest of my life.
Fausey and at least 6 other Cavaliers will represent Virginia at the national championship.
We've got some serious firepower going out to the national tournament. We've got a lot of guys who can do damage, and we're not talking about 1 or 2, we're talking about a whole crew of guys. This national tournament could be pretty special for us.
I'm just kind of focused in on being thankful for each opportunity that I have at Oklahoma City, whether it's 2 matches, or it's 5 matches, or it's 6 matches, or 7 matches, whatever it is. Just each match going into it and putting out a full effort, and at the end of the day I can be thankful for those opportunities.